Ladies and gentlemen, alcohol is one of the most addictive drugs on the planet. But there is a point where you must stop drinking it. And that point might be closer than you expect. In fact, you might have already passed that point. So stick around for this short video because I'm going to be explaining that point and I'm going to be explaining what on earth you should do about it. Because if you do something about this, you've still got a chance to turn it all around. And if you don't, I'm sorry, but there might just be no help for you. So you must watch this video. So if we think about the average drinker's life, usually when they start drinking alcohol, the alcohol is causing no problems. That was the case in my life. When I first started drinking alcohol, it was a bit of harmless fun with some friends, like, stealing some drinks from a friend's parents' drinks cabinet, experimenting. There were really no problems in my life early on. And that's usually how it starts for most people. They just have a few, there's no problems, and they really think that they're actually gaining something from drinking. That's what I thought, when I first started my journey of drinking alcohol, I thought that alcohol was fun. I thought that we were doing something that was adding value. I truly bought into the illusion that ethanol, or this drug, alcohol, was giving me something. Now, whether or not it did or didn't, it didn't matter if it did or didn't, right? What mattered is that I fully bought into the idea that it did. Because if I knew that it was giving me nothing at the time, I would have stopped drinking it there and then. But at the time, I really thought I was gaining something from drinking it. But then, what happens next? Well, it's a slippery slope. And sometimes it can be imperceptible, right? I know that there's people out there that they kind of started drinking here, they thought it was adding value, and this slippery slope downwards took 20, 30 years, right? It was 20 or 30 years later that they woke up. It was like they'd been asleep, dormant almost. They'd been drinking daily, and then all of a sudden it was like, whoa, I need to do something. And that's exactly what happened to me. My decline was quite fast. I realized I had a problem pretty early on. But what happens to a lot of people out there is basically these benefits that they thought that they were getting from alcohol disappear. And what happens is they start to see that alcohol creates more negatives than the previous benefits that they found. And that is when, people start putting on that extra 10, 20 pounds. Their energy's not the same, they're not like they were 10 years ago. Maybe friends and family are just kind of starting to look at them a bit different, like, why don't you do something about this? And there's a transition in a drinker's life when they go from getting a benefit or a supposed benefit from drinking to only seeing negatives. And it's very easy for us to just ignore everything, right? We can just kind of bury our head in the sand, ignore the negatives, and continue drinking. But I don't want that to happen to you. Right? I'm making this video because if you're on your journey, if you have been drinking for many years, and you are starting to suspect that there are actually no benefits to consuming this poison, which there aren't, maybe it is time to take a look at the situation and make a change. Alcohol cannot provide a benefit to you because it's a drug, and there's no benefit to being addicted to any drug. And what I want to say to you is that if you suspect that it is not helping you, and if you suspect that it's starting to cost you your health, maybe your relationships, maybe your confidence, your happiness, if you know that it's starting to cost you, not just financially, but in all different areas of your life, then guess what? Now is the perfect time to make a change. Not tomorrow, not when things get worse, not next month, not next year, not when work calms down. The best time to make a change is right now. And you can make this change. I have seen people go from drinking every single day for 40 years to being 1 year sober. I've worked with these people. I've seen them completely transform their relationship with alcohol. They've made it irrelevant. And guess what's happened to those individuals? They've lost weight. Their relationships with their family is better than ever. Their careers, their businesses are growing. And you can turn your life around as well. If you know that alcohol is costing you, you can simply remove it and put all your energy into making things better. And that is when things get exciting. And I'm excited for you. Because if you're watching this video, that means that you're really trying to put the pieces together, right? You're trying to solve this problem. And as soon as you have solved the problem, life will never look the same again. If you want my help doing it, you can click the link in the description, you can book a call with me, and we can see if working together could be a good match. I typically work with business owners, professionals, ambitious individuals that want to reframe how they view alcohol, and then they want to go towards a better future instead of going to the past, and they want to do it in a community of like-minded business owners and professionals. So if you want to see if that's a good match, you can click the link in the description. But wherever you are on your journey, there is no better time than right now. Have a great day.